then I'll be taking your job. How about that? But don't grant that motion if you want to, that demand. I'll be to get your job in a lawsuit.
Imagine standing in front of a criminal court judge and demanding that the police officer who arrested you and the previous judge who handled your bail both be thrown in handcuffs. That is exactly what this defendant attempts to do. He's utilizing a classic internet legal theory, arguing that he is a sovereign entity completely immune to the laws of the state. Let's watch how this goes over.
He wishes to represent himself.
Okay. Is that right, Mr. Martin?
Present myself, yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give up my right to be one of the sovereign people, as the U.S. Supreme Court said I have a right to be. So.
Okay. I'm going to let you do that. I don't care why. Have you talked to the prosecutor?
No, I have not.
I want you to get the prosecutor and have her talk to Mr. Martin, and let's see what we're going to do today.
Right, so I would like to talk to him about how the case should be dismissed based on there's no evidence.
A matter of people versus Eric Martin.
Okay.
Mr. Martin, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, Mr. Prosecutor, want to put your appearance on record?
And good morning, Your Honor. Omar, or good afternoon, Your Honor. Omar Shah on behalf of the people, P86-332.
Okay. You've had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Martin?
That is correct, Judge.
Been able to resolve this matter?
Judge, there is no resolution on this matter. I had an opportunity to speak with the defendant in this case. He wishes to have a jury trial or a bench trial. He just doesn't know which one he wants.
Okay, Mr. Martin, which one do you want? I'm going to set this over for a trial. You want a jury or the judge to hear it?
Well, I don't really want to answer that question. I don't want to be fraudulently presumed. I'm consenting to any of these proceedings, you know. I'm not consenting to have my right against slavery violated by consenting to any proceedings. So that's why I kind of want to answer that question. But before I get to, as I notified the prosecutor, he should have dismissed the case due to lack of evidence. But I had one more thing I wanted to point out to the prosecutor. I forgot to mention to him. I want to mention to him now, and that is I want the police officer, Bardaway, who illegally arrested me. I want him charged for the legal arrest, which is assault and battery. And also Judge Shackelford, who did not give me a personal bond. I want arrested too for violating my right against kidnapping and allowing this unlawful incarceration of me, which I have a right to do. And if they refuse to do it, I'm also going to move.
At this point, the courtroom stops being just a legal proceeding and turns into a confrontation between personal belief and institutional power. What makes this moment so intense is not just what is being demanded, but the fact that it's being said directly to the authority it challenges. That creates a psychological standoff few defendants ever reach.
Dismissal on the case because it's violating my right against equal protection, because I have the right to have charges brought against people who have committed crimes against me also.
Okay, based on that, I'm going to indicate that you want a jury trial. I'll set this matter over. I'll have the assignment clerk set a date. She'll send you a notification of the date for the jury trial. In the meantime, I'm going to continue your bond until that day. You go with the sheriff, he'll take care of you today.
He really just threatened to sue the judge for her job. It is wild to watch the absolute confidence of someone who thinks a few paragraphs they printed off a sketchy website can override an entire constitutional legal framework. He thinks he's cornered the system, but the judge is just treating him like a minor distraction.
Hello, objection. I have a motion to make that I have a right to a personal bond.
You file that motion in writing, and I'll take a look at it.
I already did file it with
In the meantime, I want you to go with the sheriff, and he's going to take care of you.
Hold on, object. I have some. I already filed it with the court. I'm making that motion now. I'm making that demand actually now because it's a constitutional right to be innocent without guilty. All right, then I'll be taking your job. How about that? Because you violate my constitutional right, and I move to dismiss you off the case, disqualify you. Since you violate my due process right to a personal bond, then you showed your biasness, and you should not be in the case no more. I move to disqualify you. If you deny that motion, I request that you send it to the State Court Administrative Office. You're not supposed to continue my bond with monetary award. Shackelford illegally denied my personal bond, and you're not supposed to continue that illegal denial. I have a constitutional right to be presumed innocent, and that means the right to a personal bond. Article 3, Section 1, judges that violate the Constitution cannot hold office. So don't grant that motion if you want to, that demand. I'll be to get your job in a lawsuit. That's all I got to say. So you want to continue with that? Sound like they muted me, maybe. Well, these judges are going to find out. They're not above the Constitution.
He specifies that he wants a jury of his peers, but explicitly demands that no U.S. citizen slaves be allowed on it. You can actually hear the court staff snorting in the background. But wait for the punchline, because the real reason he's stuck in a cell is not what he thinks it is.
Yeah, but I want a jury trial of my peers means of the sovereign people, not U.S. citizen slaves who most probably everyone of the jury probably say they are. So.
As the individual who determines questions of law, that's me. I will make sure that it is a jury of your peers. So, and I'll determine that. So we will have this set, and then I'll mail out the date for the jury trial.
I've been illegally denied my constitutional right to a personal bond, even though it's my constitutional right because it's part of my right to be innocent before guilty. It's been denied so far. I have no money to pay for a bond to get out of here. So that's especially why I also should be given a personal bond. And like I said, I can probably prepare for one in here, you know?
So you're in there for a different matter, because I set your bond at $100 personal before on this matter. So it's whatever's keeping you in jail isn't this case. So we'll see. I understand though that you do need to prepare for trial. I get that part. So we'll go ahead and adjourn the jury trial. When is your out date? With whatever you're doing there?
There is no out date. That's the thing. It's so is this about the moped case?
Yeah, this is driving on driving while your license is suspended.
I wasn't sure. Right, they got me legally confined right now in the domestic violence. No evidence at all. She lied, made a statement. So now
hold on, Mr. Martin, hold on. Even though this is a different court and that's not my case.
Right.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. I just want to advise you of your Fifth Amendment right again. So I suggest not bringing up the other case. This case here is on the moped and the driving on a suspended license.
He spent the entire time complaining about an unconstitutional monetary bond on his traffic ticket, only for the judge to point out his traffic bond is completely free. He's stuck in jail because of an entirely separate domestic violence charge. This is the ultimate danger of internet legal scripts. They make you feel like a genius while you completely ignore the real-world charges locking you away. What do you think of how the judge handled this? Let me know below.